Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Quick Break Games, and welcome back to the Exploring LEGO Hub World series, where we go through all the LEGO Hub Worlds in release order. And this time we are doing LEGO Harry Potter Years 5 through 7, the remastered version from 2016/2017. And we're going to be exploring Hogwarts slash Diagon Alley slash the Leaky Cauldron, all that stuff. And so we're going to be showing off most of this game's hub world because this game's hub is pretty huge, so I don't know if we'll show off every bit of it, but we'll try to get through most of it. So starting off here in the Leaky Cauldron, this has been remade from the first game. And here against the wall, these little old classic looking Polaroid photos here represent each of the levels in the game. And this is kind of how you select your level, stuff like that. Kind of similar to Indiana Jones in a way, with it being like on the wall. But anyway, if you walk up the steps here, we have another area up here. Let's go up here, and on the left, this is going to be where you buy all of your extras in the game. So super strength, ×2 studs, all that kind of stuff is bought right there. So that's in a different location than in what it was in the original LEGO Harry Potter years 1 through 4. And over here is a bonus room, so you get this golden statue of Hogwarts after you 100% the game, get all the gold bricks, so that's pretty cool, and it's kind of works as a stud fountain, which a lot of the LEGO games have. Over here is a film reel that has every single cutscene in the game, and you can see there are just an absolute crap ton of cutscenes here. And if you actually count all of those, do a little bit of multiplication to figure it out, I will give your comment a heart if you tell me how many cutscenes are in this game, just as a little fun thing to do in the comments, I guess. Alright, so we did that. And let's go back down here to the Leaky Cauldron. So I think from here we're going to focus on the new areas that weren't in the original game, because there are a lot of reused areas. So this is all new right here. This is London. So you could not explore London before. And so here it is. There's like tons of like this content to do. And these little ghost characters show you how much progress you have, like in each room of the open world. So you can see here there was 4 characters to collect, a red brick to get, a gold brick to get, and a student in peril. So it's pretty cool that they kind of do that to help you keep track. That's really helpful for people like me who like to 100% these games. So if you go down here, that's going to lead to the train tracks. So we're going to do that here in a second. You can even go in this little store, which is pretty cool. Over here, you can use that to teleport over into another area. Let's go ahead and do that now. Let's show off the forest area. So you just hit the B button if you're playing on Xbox to go through there. Here is a a green cauldron, which is used to switch characters and stuff like that. So look how small this tent is from the outside, but inside it looked so much bigger. It's weird how that works, isn't it? So here we are. We have these red walls are kind of unique. They're used to, there's a new spell in this game, the Defendo spell, I guess is what it's called. And you can use that to take out those red walls. So here we have this kind of open world foresty area. And yeah, they really did expand the open world in this game. Like, it's just so much bigger than it pretty much covers every area in the first game for the most part, if I remember correctly. There might be some areas that they left out, but for the most part, you have all of Hogwarts from the original game, and then you have, of course, all these new areas. So it's like expanded upon. It's like if the first game just had like a new expansion DLC to the hub world. That's kind of what they did here. So let's go back into the tent, and we're gonna head back to where we were. Let's use the old teleportation. Wouldn't that be cool just to be able to teleport like that? That would be awesome. So you can go in this shop here, that little diner. So that's cool. So let's go and head down here to the train tracks. Again, another new area which you could not, King's Cross, which you could not explore in the first game. I think there might have been a level, but you couldn't like openly explore it. So there's not too much to do out here. Of course, this is 100% save, so we can't, go around collecting stuff. Okay, so we're gonna ride this train. How do we actually get on this train? Usually you just hit Y and you go on it, but I'm not seeing the option. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you have to walk back a little bit, and then it gives you the option to use the train. Okay. But yeah, so I really like how they included King's Cross in the game. So now we're at the station. We've got, again, more collectibles and stuff to find. You have this new glasses feature, which allows you to see hidden things, which is always cool. So let's go through here. And this is, again, kind of another foresty area leading up to Hogwarts itself that was not included in years 1 through 4. So we're going to go up here. This is going to lead to, if I remember correctly, a snowy area. Yep. Now, was this area in the first game? I feel like it was, but maybe it was only in a level. Oh, I can't remember now. I'd have to I'd have to go explore the first game again. But yeah, this whole area was like a level in the original game, I remember. Whereas here, it is, you know, just straight up open world content. And again, there's more collectibles and stuff to find here. Another cauldron there if you want to switch characters. Another glasses dispenser. But okay, we'll go ahead and head back from here. Look how in the background there's like little students doing like snow angels in the snow. That's actually that's a cool detail. You know, when you're making a Lego game, you know, you have to be focused on, you know, creating the open world and stuff. But it's cool that someone just thought at the studio, like, you know, what if we just put some students trying to make snow angels in the background? It's just such a nice touch. And there's another glasses dispenser. Wow, they're all over the place in this game. I didn't realize there was like so many of them. All right, now we're getting into Hogwarts here soon. Again, more collectibles and stuff to do. I believe that black cauldron makes you like invisible or something. I can't remember exactly, but I'm too lazy to actually try it out. Okay, so this area I believe was in the first game, this little courtyard. Now this door you can no longer go to. So this is an example of an area that you can no longer explore. So in that way they sort of made the hub world smaller, but overall it's much bigger. Because you could actually go to that tower there in the top left. You could explore that in the first game, whereas you can no longer do that now. So yeah, that's a good example of something that's been removed. So let's go walk over here to the left. There's an orange cauldron, which makes your character stronger. But I think the green kind of has that ability as well. So here, this area is different. There's this little walkway over here to the left. Of course, if you remember in the first game, you could actually explore this middle area, and that's where you could like train on your I can't even think of the name, your stick. But yeah, so there we go. You could also go back here. Let me see, is there a door? I think, yeah, in the first game, you could definitely explore way more of these gardens, unless I'm like forgetting a door here. Yeah, I don't think you can explore any more of the gardens in this game. So yeah, that's a couple examples of how they shrunk this hub world down from the first game. They removed some of the gardens. They removed that tower in the background. So yeah, for whatever reason, I guess they just didn't feel. I'm guessing, again, I'm not a fan of Harry Potter, so I'm guessing those areas are not really featured in the 5 through 7 movies. Also, there's a door up here that you could go to in the first game, which I believe is no longer accessible. Yeah, that's blocked off now. And that door to the left behind those vines was also another area which they've removed in this game. So yeah, definitely some areas removed, but again, I think the new areas are just like are far bigger than the areas that they removed. So they definitely there's a net gain, is what I'm saying. Some of these classrooms you might have been able to go to as well. So this courtyard again was in the first game, and you can go over here through this bridge leading over to the other area, and look, they changed the camera angle here. So before it was like a side view, whereas now it's more of like a traditional third-person view, I guess you could say. So this area returns. This looks mostly the same. Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff added in here, but the camera angle and how this is laid out is pretty much the same as the original game. And in the original, you could go over here, and I think, can you even go back here in the forest, if I remember correctly? Let's see. I can't remember. Oh, yes, you can. Okay, yeah, that's right. So you can go back here into the forest. We're not going to explore all of this, but yeah, basically this goes back a little bit farther than that. And again, there's more collectibles to find there. So yeah, lots of more foresty areas, and of course they've added London to the game too. Man, there's just so much content they added. Now, can you still go through here? I have a feeling, if I remember correctly, I don't think you can anymore, because there was like this tent over here where you fly around, and yeah, they completely removed it from this game. So yeah, you can't actually skip this. So there's like this little mini game. I think if you just go through here once, you get like a what is it, like a gold brick or something like that. I can't remember. Like, this is required to do, I think, one time, but it's just like this little flight where you're just kind of, you know, it's completely on rails. I'm not really controlling anything right now. I mean, I can move Harry around a little bit, but other than that, this is pretty much out of my control. So yeah, this was a fun little cutscene you can do. But yeah, you cannot explore that little tent area. I'm sure that you guys that are familiar with the game, not familiar with the game, familiar with Harry Potter, know what the area is called. But yeah, they completely removed that from this game, and instead you get this little cutscene. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and head back the way that we came, and we're going to get back into Hogwarts. Okay, so now we're going to head up these stairs now. This is the pathway that we kind of skipped over last time. So now we're in kind of the main castle of Hogwarts here. We can take these steps up here. If I remember correctly, this leads us into the library, yes. So the library, I think, has a new camera angle. I think it was like a completely different perspective before. But here is the library in Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7. Again, there's just a ton of stuff to find throughout this game. This is really cool because, at the time, it was a lot of, Lego games were mainly focused on the levels, whereas now I feel like they've kind of done a 180, especially with Skywalker Saga, where it's mainly focused on the open world rather than the levels. But I think this game had a really good balance. Like, there was a ton of levels and a ton of mini kits and stuff to find in those levels. Here is the Great Hall. Not too much to see there, but again, more stuff to do in there. And yeah, this game was a good balance where you had a lot of open world stuff and you had a lot of level stuff as well. So that was kind of cool. So over here, I forget what's over this way. I always get kind of confused. So yeah, this courtyard is a new area. So yeah, none of this was in the original game. And yeah, I always get confused. Like, Hogwarts is always just such a maze in these games. That leads to another room back there. But again, we're not going to show off every square inch of this hub because, you guys get the idea. Let's go ahead and head back here because we don't want to be going on for like 20 minutes just walking around this hub, just not doing anything. You know what I mean? But I think this is a pretty cool, fun thing to do. That's why I created this series in the first place, because it is cool to see how the hubs have evolved over the course of the Lego games. And here we go. So we have this little area up here. And yeah, so there's just more stuff to do here. So can we actually go through here? No, we cannot. Okay, so I think if you take a right down this hallway, we're going to end up back at the grand staircase, which we haven't shown off just yet. But I don't think too much has changed really at the grand staircase. So here it is. So again, it's pretty much the same, and you have to use your spell to actually progress all the way down the grand staircase. Yep. So we have to pull this down like this. And that's going to move it down for us. And I think from here, we're just going to head back into the main hall of Hogwarts. And then we're going to go back to Diagon Alley, because I do want to show off some of the shops there where we can buy characters and stuff like that, because I have not shown that off just yet. So if we go through here, okay, this leads back up here. And again, you can go down there into like the sewers. You can go over here up into like the bedroom area, which was in the first game. Then over here, there's some more like dungeony areas. But okay, so we don't need to show off all that. A lot of that was in the original game. So let's head back down here, and let me just make sure there's nothing else new, because I want to focus on the new content in this game. And I think we've explored most of it except Diagon Alley, because they kind of redid the alley in this game. So yeah, all these indoor areas are pretty much the same as they were in the first game for the most part. So yeah, let's go ahead and go back to Diagon Alley, because there's some stuff I want to show you. So yeah, here you can see it's completely a different camera angle for one. But here's the shop here, this orange building. This is Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. And here is where you can buy different spells in the game. So these are kind of the extra ones which you don't really need to, get any collectibles or anything like that, but they're kind of fun to have and fun to get for 100% completion. Over here is where you type in your cheat codes. Again, I love how TT Games keeps cheat codes alive. Even in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, there are still cheat codes. So that's kind of cool. So over here in this purple building is Madame Malkin's. This is where you're going to buy all the characters. And look at this improvement here. Here is the full character grid that you can buy from. And look, it's actually a character grid, so you can go through and buy all the characters. If you remember in the first game, it was just like a horizontal selection, and it took forever to scroll through all the characters. So glad they improved that. Over here is where you create your own character on these hangers. Very similar to the previous LEGO games where they kind of had them on hangers. I think they were like that in Arkham Asylum. And when I say Arkham Asylum, I don't mean Batman Arkham Asylum. I mean LEGO Batman in the Arkham Asylum hub. And it might have been like that in some other LEGO games as well. So wait, I do want to show Nocturne Alley before we go back there. So if you head all the way down here, there is Nocturne Alley, which was kind of a new area here. And again, there's more collectibles. Every room, that where you see one of those ghosts, that means there was stuff to do here. So yeah, they definitely give you a reason to explore every nook and cranny of this massive hub. Here is where you buy all of the extra additional gold bricks for the game, because back in these days you always had some gold bricks which you just had to outright purchase. Up here, if you go through this door, that's going to lead to the bonus level of this game. If you remember in these older LEGO games, you had a bonus level where you had to collect 1,000,000 studs, so that's pretty cool. Then if you go through here, I believe this teleports you back into Hogwarts. Yeah, now we're back here. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. So yeah, this has been the Exploring Hub World series for LEGO Harry Potter years 5 through 7, kind of exploring Hogwarts and a Leaky Cauldron and Diagon Alley. So yeah, they definitely added a lot here. They took away a little bit, but overall I think this is a better hub than what was in the first game. Of course, the graphics are way better and all that. So let me know what you think. Do you prefer Hogwarts from the first game, or do you prefer this version? Again, I think I definitely prefer this version. Like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not, and subscribe for more content like this. We're always doing this here on the channel, but other than that, I'll see you guys next time here on Quick Break Games.